Hey, my name is Coach Terrence Wood, and I am the founder of Before You Go Pro. Hey, how's it going? This is Coach Terrence Wood with Before You Go Pro, and today we discuss the top 4 reasons that we see talented high school and junior college football players get overlooked by college football recruiters. And you may be surprised that talent isn't on this list. Let's get started. Reason number 1, procrastination. Of course, procrastination had to make the list. There are so many things that a young student athlete needs to have in place to be recruitable, to catch the eye of a college recruiter. Number 1, you have to have academics. That's your core course grades. That means that you're taking your SAT or ACT on time. Now, this may be a special year with the SAT or ACT, but you have to be ready regardless. And then, of course, exposure, getting your film out to college coaches, making sure that you attend different camps and combines. Once again, we are in a very unique time, unprecedented time. You have to be more proactive than ever before to get exposure from college football recruiters. They're not taking the usual process to find talent. So you have to be proactive. No one that procrastinates this year is going to be recruited. Many people don't even know when recruiting starts. They think that it starts your junior year or senior year in high school. To find out exactly when you should start thinking about recruiting, if you want to be proactive, just listen to Brett Cooper from the Brett Cooper All-American Youth League game. He discussed it on our Summit series on demand. Check this out.
But they have no idea about clearinghouses and SATs and ACTs. They understand how all that works, and literally eliminating themselves out of the picture of getting recruited.
Wow. So in your opinion, Brett, and your expertise, when exactly as a parent should I get my son prepped for the recruiting process?
I would say no later than 7th grade.
Okay.
I think 7th grade is when you start, because you want to prep them to be ready. You do not want to start by 9th or 10th grade because you're already behind the 8 ball, because the clock starts ticking by your 9th grade year.
Okay.
So when the clock starts ticking at 9th grade, anything you do from there is sticking to you. And so what you got to do is realize the more you have him set before he gets there, which is no later than 7th and 8th grade, prepping him for that level, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that he's prepped up, so that way by the time he gets to 9th grade, he understands the landscape of it all, and then that way he's able to focus on looking good for those college recruiters.
Reason number 2, too many athletes rely on their coach. They put all their eggs in the coach's basket with their recruiting process, and then they're disgruntled or they're frustrated when it's not going the way that they intended. Your coach has many different things going on in his life, just like you see on this slide right here. Now, he may have promised you an opportunity to be recruited if you attend his high school or junior college, or he may have shown you that there is a history of guys being recruited from that high school or that junior college, but that has nothing to do with you. The coach helping you with recruiting should be the cherry on top, you guys, but you should take the initiative. Reason number 3, lazy recruiters. I know you guys weren't expecting to hear that as a part of this list, but they are out there, you guys. Lazy recruiters. And what that means is they don't dig for the diamond in the rough, because the diamond in the rough sometimes is too much work. All they'll do is call on relationships that they have or go to high schools or junior colleges where they've recruited kids before, and they'll only stick to what they consistently know. But they won't go down the street a mile to get a kid from a school that they've never recruited a kid from. Here's an example. Take a look at this picture. This picture shows the distance between my high school, Archbishop Reardon High School, and San Francisco City College. And as you can see, they're literally across the street from each other. San Francisco City College has been a perennial national championship contender at the junior college level for decades. Many recruiters go to San Francisco Junior College every single year to find hot junior college recruiting talent. However, how many of those recruiters walk right across the street to see if there's a diamond in the rough at Reardon High School? Not many. So this is just an example, and these two schools are literally feet away from each other. Think about all of the amazing talent that was missed by recruiters who were not hungry enough to go a couple miles down the road. Many high school and junior college talented athletes have been overlooked by colleges because of lazy recruiters. Reason number 4, football politics. In anything competitive, you guys, there's gonna be politics. Just think about our own presidential office. There's been 45 presidents in our country's history. And out of those 45 presidents, it's only been about 10 universities that these presidents have attended. So, that doesn't mean you can't be a president if you didn't attend one of these universities, one of these blue blood schools. But it does mean that you may fall victim to the politics. And it's no different in any other competitive industry. Football recruiting is the same way. There's politics in football recruiting. This young man has found a way to get 4 stars behind his name. It might not necessarily mean that he's better than the kid on the other side of the county, but for whatever reason, this young man has 4 stars behind his name. So he's going to be looked at different than the kid that only has 2. Another example is the size and the height and the weight and the speed of these athletes. Many of you guys want to play Division I football. You want to play at a Power 5 school. Well, there's politics when it comes to the size, the height, and the speed of the athletes who play at that level. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be a great quarterback if you're only 5'11" and play at a Pac-12 or SEC level. It just means you're going to have to be better, and you're going to have to fight harder, and you're going to have to find a way to get your exposure and get your respect despite the politics that may come your way. So there you have it, our top 4 reasons why many talented high school and junior college football players get overlooked on a year-by-year basis by college recruiters. Number 1, every year, is procrastination. Number 2 is the fact that too many rely on their coach too heavily for the recruiting process. Number 3 is lazy recruiters. They do exist out there, you guys. And number 4 is the politics. Hopefully this catches your eye, catches your attention, so that you're forward thinking and that you're motivated to get started with your recruiting process. If you do need help with the recruiting process, Before You Go Pro is here for you. We have a done for you service and a do it yourself service, whichever one suits you best. But whether you go with us or somebody else, the bottom line is make sure that your college recruiting is on track. Hopefully this helps you out. If you need our help, click on the link below or check us out at www.beforeyougopro.com. We'll see you at the top.